Okay, we should be live again. Now, I just want to give you some context here. Okay, so we're by the highway. So if you remember how things look here, we're in this last major straightaway of Wildlife Drive, and then in the past, we've looked to our left, and there's been some water, and maybe not so many birds in this area, but look, there's grass. There is water again. It had pretty much dried out, as I recall, before we left. But now I've never seen grasses like this since they redid this area, in this area. Not that tall. And, that's good and bad. I was hoping that after they had done the area, eventually, more and more of these pools or areas of water would draw ducks at the right time. But now it's all grass, and that was green grass there. But I have a feeling it's the newest because it was, surprisingly, actually to me, it retained water for quite an extended period of time. But eventually, it looked like it was pretty well dried out. Now, looking all these areas over now, some of these grasses obviously are a lot less green. And I should say, in this stretch, we have rarely seen huge numbers of birds, but we've seen a lot of special things in this stretch. From swans to various ducks to bald eagles. I can only hope that it returns to being more open water. Selfishly, I don't, what's best for the birds isn't necessarily what I prefer all the time, but anyway, I'm hoping that it can return to an area where it's mostly open water, where we can see things. And who knows, maybe these grasses here and whatever else has grown, maybe they'll provide the kind of foraging that draws more waterfowl here, and I've heard that in the past. That's what all these draining exercises are about, being good for the birds. So who knows, I don't know. Maybe I should check on you guys, make sure you're all live again. Okay, I guess we are. Some of this stuff is, and these aren't grasses, some of these things here. I may be wrong, but they look like sumac trees. And unless they get cut down, they're not going to be, wilting away just because of a few snowfalls. But they kind of look like sumac. I may be wrong. I should have shown them to you. They have slender trunks. They're not grasses that'll just, be pushed down by the snow once it arrives. I'll show you now. I might not be able to show you up ahead. Just over here. that sumac, I mean, or whatever it is I would say a rather troubling development. Out in the distance, farther out, looks like more geese. And there are a few more closer by. So we're going to keep moving. Seen very many ducks today, certainly. Not here. You know, as large an area as Wildlife Drive is, and the main pool here, it's not necessarily always the best place to go bird watching here. But it's certainly convenient. It certainly gives you a lot of different looks. Throw it in the car, and you never know what you'll see. Here. See a number of starlings. Let's keep moving. Over this channel here, I see nothing. Okay. Just about it for Wildlife Drive. Unless there's a last second sighting of one sort or another. And, you know, again, as I said at the very beginning, not necessarily that surprising. I mean, it's still early, you know, in the migration. Although some species have, you know, at least as far as I know, have no doubt been migrating, or at least acting differently this time of year. You know, as I drive around day to day, I don't see robins on the ground going after insects. And, you know, very often I stop seeing them in late August, you know, maybe the third week of August. Or, although I have to say I have seen them this year on occasion since. Just a few days ago, I think I saw some in some distant trees. So, I mean, and who knows, they may have been robins that were migrating through from, further north. I don't know. Unless they're wintering there. That I, again, don't know. Being able to come up here has been tough this year. For weeks and weeks, there have been many interesting sightings in the area. Let's go this way for a change instead of continuing on. You know what? I take that back. Let's continue on. I'm going to change my mind. Many eBird sightings for rare birds have been recorded, especially at from East Road, looking down on the Knox Marcellus Marsh. There have been many times when I've wished I could come up and see things myself. Some of these areas are very spotty, as you know. Let me turn around, I forgot. There's something I'm hoping to see, you never know. So maybe I will go all the way to the cornfields that are up ahead. See anybody. These cornfields, to refresh your memory, that are up ahead here, we spent a fair amount of time looking into them last winter for snowy owls or for other things. Now, right now, the corn is there. It has not been harvested yet, so it's unlikely anything's even in there. Well, anything that we can see. So we're going to turn right around. Seems to be, once that corn has been harvested and whatever's left over is there, it's it's a good draw for geese, for potentially sandhill cranes. Maybe there are rodents there also, so that might draw snowy owls. So it's an interesting area to visit, and it's right nearby, so it's definitely worth it if we're up here in the winter. As I've said before, I very much enjoyed the way last winter worked out. We may have missed a few things here and there, certainly. You're always missing something by going, elsewhere, but was nice to go to some of the various places I would go to, hopefully hopefully to see a snowy owl or whatever. Now on East Road. Depending on what you can see, you might be able to see that there are cornfields on either side of us. I don't know for certain, but I don't believe that the corn is grown for human consumption, but I may be wrong. Still, according to my down below, a lot less water than last we were here. I'm not going to say it's completely dry, but there's not as much as I would like to see. Let's give you a quick look at things. Looks like a gray egret down there, or two, and some gray blue herons, too, or I should say as well, so you're not confused. Not sure what those are. Probably some shorebirds. Sorry. I think I hear a mallard out there. See some gulls flying. You can see, though, there's not a lot of water down there. And we're going to do our best to look around, but I'm going to also take a moment to look with binoculars, just so maybe I can see something that we can focus in on. So let me set you down and take a quick look. Some swans down there too, I believe. Oh, some sandhill cranes too. Hi, cranes. What is that? Okay, I want to look at something right now, and I may actually get out of the car, but I want to look at something right this moment. I'm not sure what that is. Let's see if I can find it. Is that a harrier? Where is it? I'll bet it is. Oh. It does appear to be a northern harrier. Where'd he go? I lost it. Where'd it go? There it is. Have some vegetation in our way, sorry. Okay. Well, since we're here and with this camera, I might as well take a closer look at some of the things that I am seeing. So there are a number of egrets here. Here, there are a couple, and there are others elsewhere. Looks like we have a few shorebirds. I'm going to lighten it up a little. We have some heat distortion as usual. These might be, I don't know if they all are, but they might be greater yellowlegs. I'm not positive though. I have a feeling there's more variety there than I'm able to identify. Oh. So that one hopping on one leg, I hope it's okay. I think it is. Okay. Who is this? This little one. I don't know. Crow. Another egret. Hard for me to tell what these are. They're obviously ducks of some sort, but I'm not sure what kind. Maybe I won't get out of the car, I don't know. Probably won't. Actually, maybe I will. I don't know. I don't know. It might be a mallard there. I'm not positive, but I think so. Sorry, it's shaky as usual here in the car like this. There are quite a few Canada geese here, actually. There's another egret right there. Great egret, I believe. Akel looks a little different. I'm not sure. Well, maybe not. Oh, we have there some looks like double-crested cormorants. Coloration looks interesting, but I wonder if it's a matter of either a lighting issue or just maybe some of these are young, still transitioning to adult coloration. I don't know. Great egret out there. I saw more egrets, like 4 or 5 of them. There's one. Some geese here and there. When I said there were quite a few geese here, there are. I mean, they're scattered here and there, but they're there. Some swans. Tough for me to tell what kind they are from here anyway. Okay, I need to reposition the camera. Hold on a second. That's better. And I'll see if I can find the sandhill cranes. 1 second. Let me look with binoculars. I don't see them. Where are they? They were there before. I thought I saw at least 5 of them. Oh, okay. They're right nearby. I thought they were right nearby. So you see one, but there are more than that. Oh, here we go. They're not close, unfortunately. I love them. I don't think I am going to get out of the car. So there's another one there. So I believe there are at least 5. Oh no, actually, I'm sorry, that's one of the 3 that we saw there as a group. Definitely seen at least 4. Now see, this is where the tour falls really short. I mean, maybe I should get out of the car and do a full survey of every single bird I can see. And, you know, that's fine, but that's not what I usually do. So I'm sure I miss things that other people see. I'm just looking with binoculars at the moment, just one moment. For a long time, people were reporting a canvasback here. And you might say, a canvasback, we've seen them many times. Yes, we have, but I think maybe for the summertime, for instance, that's considered a rarity. I believe there was even a snowy egret here, and there was a pelican here, and I can't remember what else was here that was really of note and had a lot of people coming here. Let's look further out there. I want to see what's out there. Yeah, that's another crane there. And there may be more. Yep, another crane, another crane, another crane. I think I hear the swans, but I may have also heard cranes. Yep, there's another crane. So they're scattered here and there. I haven't stopped to do a proper count to make sure I'm not double counting or anything, but along this stretch of water there, it seems like they've congregated a bit, and we've seen some elsewhere. Again, none of them are close, so we're not getting a super look that I would like. We're going to move along very shortly. I have to watch the time. But still, it was nice to come here and see things for ourselves. Maybe I'm missing something. Maybe tomorrow I'll see a report about some rarity here that we missed, but let's look back in that area. Now, if 100 sandhill cranes were to come in, yeah, sure, I'd stay. But I think we're going to move along. Or if I have a feeling that there's a better angle on something. Hold on a second. There was even forgot about it. There had another item or bird that had been reported or considered a rarity was glossy ibis, and there had even been weeks ago white ibis, a bird I've never seen before in my life. Hold on a second. Maybe it was too hasty to leave. I just want to check a couple things. Don't do this at home. Actually, if you can do this at home, you must have a big house. I've never driven my car in my home. Just want to look at a couple things. One second. Oh, I think I just heard a song sparrow. Okay, never mind. And okay, I thought I may have seen something, but maybe not. There really are quite a few Canada geese here. Maybe not thousands, but quite a few. Been doing when we were last in the area in terms of Maze Point and in terms of Shocking Pool. I may just get out, take a look, and see if things are worth our time, and if not, we'll move on in each case. You know, we've seen a few nice things here today overall, and anything really out of the ordinary? No, not necessarily, but I've enjoyed it. I hope you can say the same. could have snuck out, but I'll let this pickup truck drive by. Now, someone, this is several weeks ago, had, I think, in this area here, had reported seeing an anhinga, which is a, truly would be a rarity. But quite honestly, and I wasn't going to make a special trip just to possibly see it, but especially because that person seemed unsure and mentioned coloration and everything, and if I had to bet money, it was actually just it was a double-crested cormorant, which looks very similar. And anhinga, I don't think they're anywhere near here. I believe it's definitely if it's in the United States, in the southern regions of the United States, and then I think also heading further south. Driving through here, I haven't seen anyone report for here anyway, red-headed woodpeckers, so I don't have my hopes up. It's been like that all summer. I believe one person reported seeing one or two, really early on in this area, and that was it. That's, as far as reports are concerned. Turn around up here. When I saw the report about the anhinga, I was like, I was shocked. I couldn't believe it. But things like that do happen, and sometimes birds that are way off course find their way to areas that I might travel. Just saw might have been a grackle. But when that person described what he or she was seeing, I was very skeptical myself. And the person was even warning, don't try to see it just for this bird. I mean, because it was like where the person had seen it was like along one of those bridges. And, we've been on those bridges before on foot. And, the trucks, or the cars and trucks can go by pretty fast. It's really clouding over now. I'm not going to say it's looking yet like it's going to storm, but it is clouding over, which in a way is kind of nice. And actually the area could probably use the rain. I'm going to... Oh! Get out of the road. was going to park there. I'll just park a little further ahead. Anyway, the area could use the rain, so I don't really mind. I don't know. It may hit Ithaca as well. We'll see. All right, I'm going to get out of the car in a moment and see if anything is worth seeing here at Mays Point. And if not, we will move right along. I'll be back. Don't touch anything. Well, there are a few ducks here. They seem to be mostly widgeons and gadwalls. and at least one egret, great egret, at least one great blue heron, at least one double-crested cormorant, two ladies who, one of whom wouldn't stop talking. And I'm not like complaining about her talking. I mean, I don't know if she even took a breath. He's like, talk. Anyway, so we're gonna move on. I will say this: there was more open water than the last time I had been there. I think Mays Point has kept, water all along, but I mean there was more open water. In other words, without vegetation blocking the view. It just seemed like a little bit more than before. Oh, and I believe I heard also one song sparrow. It wasn't singing; it was a chip note, but. Anyway, it was pretty quiet there. We have moved on. There's a vehicle here ahead of us. I don't know if you can see it or not. Maybe not. Looks like it wants to back out. I better make sure I don't get hit. Okay, I'm going to do what I just did, and that is I'm going to get out, go take a look, and see if it's worth getting everything out of the car. Okay? Okay. Okay, there's really not much to see here, or at least not much I'm seeing. And I think it's best if I headed back towards Ithaca. There's water and well into the distance, you know, but everything is, it's mostly tall grasses here. And there's a small area, small clearing, you know, not too far away, where there's some open water and we can see, and there are a number of pied-billed grebes in there. But everything else is on the perimeter or way out there, so it's not really worth, I think, the time to get everything out, climb, and look. Especially, it's just, you know, the views can only be so good at these distances. So I think we're gonna take a break while I drive back to Ithaca, and I will see you at roughly, let's say, somewhere between 4 and 4:15. That's a rough estimate. Okay, 4 and 4:15, and we'll take a look at things around there once I arrive. Okay, everybody? Okay. Okay, I'll see you, everybody. I guess you've gotten the message. Great. Thank you. See you soon.